Hello everyone, Meowington here, and I might have lied to you in the last video like I usually do because my memory is pretty poor, and there is one video that I'm going to make before I do the couple months of simulation like I normally do, and that's actually going to be the first game of the season that I usually do a sort of shoutcasting over. Not really announcery, it's just, reading over what gets said, so hopefully it comes out okay. And my OOTP's acting kind of weird, so I hope there weren't any dropped frames. Alright, everything looks okay. So, to start it off, I want to first go over a couple things that happened that I haven't caught anyone up on, and that is the fact that we traded John Lamb, who I tried to look for a bunch of trades for Ender and Ciarte. And the reason I got him was because I tried to look around for someone that was fairly young. I was being offered a lot of guys in their 30s, who were already a little bit past their prime or were just really expensive even though they were doing well still. And the other one was this young guy who was just really good, like way too good. Realistically, no one would ever trade that for John Lamb. So I didn't go with that trade, or I would have really been fleecing the AI. And I think there was another one that was kind of like that. It was a little bit more fair, but I still didn't really feel, okay taking that. So I went with a more realistic trade with Ender and Ciarte. I know the Braves wouldn't probably trade him in real life, but it just felt like a more close trade, I guess. And if you're thinking, wow, this is close, it's because he's on his last year of his contract with the Braves. He's valued about 2.5 mil, which is roughly the same what I'm paying John Lamb. He's produced well for Atlanta, though, so yeah, I do feel a little kind of scummy about this, but I'm not really 100% sure. But I think it's a little bit better, because I not only traded them John Lamb, but I also threw in a 23-year-old minor league right-handed pitcher, John Joyner, who is a 3-star potential guy, whose ratings look pretty okay. I mean, he's got good control and movement. His stuff needs some work. He's got 2 okay pitches, needs to work on a 3rd one, but he could be a pretty decent pitcher. Excuse me, pitcher. Losing my voice over here. Either reliever or starter, so hopefully they get some use out of him. Next up is going over the lineup real quick. I actually haven't set up my with the DH yet, since the first game wasn't with any DH. So, starting off is, God, I am stuttering so much, I'm sorry guys. But leading off is Billy Hamilton. I actually debated putting him second and putting Tony Renda, as you can see here, first. But I decided to go against it because you just can't really beat Hamilton's speed. If you look at this, he's still at 100, and not only that, but he's actually improved. If you look at his development, there's a lot of pluses for his last one, and he went from 51 to 57 contact, 43, so I believe that's 55 potential I. Billy is doing very well right now. Like, his ratings have gone nothing but up, so I decided, you know what, I'll just keep him lead off, and his speed is really good. And not only that, but Renda is more of a consistent hitter, as you can see. He averages for a little bit more, and he has pretty solid on-base percentage. So even with his ratings, too, that reflects that. So I decided to put him at second and keep it there because, honestly, he's more likely to bring Billy Hamilton around than vice versa. So I decided to stick with that. And then you see Tucker Barnhart here, Eugenio Suarez. I put Barnhart here because he's not a huge power hitter, but he hits pretty well in terms of average and on-base percentage as well. So these guys really set it up very well for Eugenio Suarez, who was our power hitter last year. He hit the most home runs at 19, I believe. Even Votto hit less. Yes, 18, barely. And I put Votto in the 5th slot because I originally had him in the 3rd slot, but realized he had way too much power to be in the 3rd. So I moved them back to the 5th because if Suarez can't get it done, maybe Votto can. And Votto is pretty consistent, so I feel pretty comfortable with that. And then I just rounded it off with Ender and Ciarte here because he's batting pretty well. Zach Costar is a little bit poorer of a batter. And then Nori Aoki to finish it off because, if Costar does manage to get on base, he has decent speed, I guess. And Nori Aoki can knock him around, get him through the bases because he bats well. And in terms of pitching, as you can see, I've got the setup right here, as I believe you saw before. You might notice a little bit of a difference, and that is because if you look in the disabled list, Corey Nebel is out for, I believe, 5 to 6 months with a partially torn ulnar collateral ligament, which is, I believe, Tommy John surgery requirement. Not 100%, but I'm fairly sure. And this was a huge blow to us because he did so well in 2017 and his ratings are still really good. He's a young guy. I hope this doesn't really affect them too much coming in to next year. So we'll have to see how that pans out. And I hope he recovers a little bit faster than expected and can come back just as strong as he used to be. So going over to pitching real quick, you will see that the relievers changed a little bit as well. Basically, I was looking over my pitching staff and I was looking mainly at the bullpen, and I decided I wanted a lefty specialist because I was looking and we had a lot of righties. It was Chapman to close with being a lefty and then just like 6 righties. So I immediately remembered I had Matt Moore, and I checked his left and right splits, and he actually does really well against lefties, like expected, obviously. But I mean, he had pretty poor stats, so you never know. He might still have poor lefty stats, but he actually had them fairly solid. You can check here in the pitching stats. You can see versus right, he had a very high average on base percentage, even slugging. But versus left over here, you can see 172, 241, 336, very solid. And then looking at his expanded stats, his FIP is 352, which isn't super crazy, amazing, high class guy, but that's definitely not bad. And he has a pretty good K ratio versus them, doesn't walk too many, not too many homers. So Matt Moore is going to be trying out as our lefty specialist. Hopefully he's up for the task. And Nick Martinez took place of the long relief for Caleb Cotham, who I sent down to AAA, but he's ready to be called up if need be. If who is it? I think it's Maycole. Yeah, or maybe someone else. Yeah, it was between Matt Moore, I believe. Matt Moore and Nick Martinez. So if one of them falters and does poorly, I'll replace them and bring up Caleb Cotham to give it a shot to, just give us a better pitcher in the bullpen. And moving on to the game, because I already preloaded it, I apologize if the sound is too loud. I did a couple of sound checks and it didn't sound that loud, but you never really know how it's going to pan out. So I really apologize if it's too loud. It ruined an entire video for me last time, so I really hope it doesn't do so this time. So we have Washington visiting us in Cincinnati. You can see the defense we have is pretty solid all around, with Tony Renda being a little on the weaker side, but fairly average, and Votto, who's really dropped a lot defensively, but he's the first baseman, so it's not a huge deal. So let's see, they have Eduardo Nunez, who they picked up from... Oh, wow, he got moved around a lot. He went from Minnesota to Baltimore, and then Washington picked up in 2017. So Nunez is going to lead it off for them. And moving to his at-bat, do I have everything? Everything is set up. So he hits it to right field. Easy out. Unbelievable play by Inciarte, because apparently he slammed into the wall. Sadly, I can't see the... I guess because I'm doing it the faster way, but I guess this is more entertaining for the faster way. So up the bat now is Daniel Murphy. He takes the pitch, the 2-0 pitch, and he grounds it to second base. Renda throws it for the easy out. Michael Taylor is up the bat now. Claudio on the 0-0 pitch. He flies out to center field. Very easy play for Billy Hamilton. Retires aside. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. So now it's up to Cincinnati to bat. Billy Hamilton leads it off. He takes the 1-2 pitch. And strike 3. Sit down. This is going to be a very good battle today with Scherzer versus our resident superstar, Nelson Claudio. The 1-2 pitch, Tony Renda, he hits it over to left field, but it's an easy catch, out number 2. Tucker Barnhart, up the bat, 1-1 pitch, and he grounds out. Bryce Harper, let's see what he can do against Nelson Claudio. The 2-2 pitch, and Claudio sits him down. Got him swinging. Anthony Rendon, I believe it's pronounced, 2-2 pitch, and an easy play back up to Claudio, who fields it and throws it to first. Trey Turner up the bat. The 0-0 pitch. He hits a soft hit over to third base. Easy play for Suarez. And threw him out at first. So far, nobody has scored. Bottom of the second, Eugenio Suarez leads it off. 2-2 pitch from Scherzer. God, I cannot speak today, guys. I'm sorry. What is the English language? I don't think I speak that. Joey Votto up the bat. 3-2 pitch, and he draws a walk. Votto, you might be regressing in a lot of stats, but if you don't have your eye, buddy, I know you still got it. Ender Inciarte, 3-2 pitch, and he gets struck out with a fastball. Scherzer is killing us. That's strikeout number 3 in 2 innings. So Zach Cozart, see if he can do anything here. 2-2 pitch, and another strikeout with the breaking ball. Scherzer's on fire. He's really pitching a really good gem so far through 2. Nelson Claudio pitching to Ryan Zimmerman. The 0-0 pitch. Zimmerman hits it over to center. Aoki runs over and fields it from Hamilton. Mike Zunino, full count. Sit down. 94-mile-an-hour heater. Strikeout number 2 for Nelson Claudio, who is sitting at a pretty healthy 24 pitches. Let's see if he can get the third out quickly. 2-2 pitch, strikeout number 3 on the day. And he's still under 30 pitches, not bad. It looks like he's going to pitch a 7 or 8 inning game if he can keep this up. Scherzer's on 35, so he's a little bit higher. Nori Aoki up the bat. The 2-0 pitch, he hits it over in the left field, but Trey Turner runs out and handles it for the first out. Nelson Claudio, can you do anything? The 1-2 pitch, strike 3, swing and a miss. Back to Billy Hamilton, top of the order. He hits it over in the right field. Harper's on the move, but he makes the grab. So that is out number 3. Washington up the bat. The 2-0 pitch, Nunez hits it into left field to break up the no-hitter. Daniel Murphy, he's up the bat. 0-1 pitch, hits it over to Suarez, who makes a diving stop. Very good defense from Suarez over there at third base. Very glad to have him on our team. Good defensively, good offensively. Michael A. Taylor, 1-1 pitch, grounds it over to Suarez, who passes it to second to Renda, and he throws it to first for the double play. So we now have Tony Renda, Tucker Barnhart, or as we know him, Bucker Tarnhart, and Eugenio Suarez batting. Let's see if we can get a couple hits on Scherzer. 1-2, he swings and grounds it to the second baseman, Murphy, who picks it up, flips it to first for out number 1. Tucker Barnhart up the bat, 2-2 pitch. He hits it, liner over the middle of the field, but Turner reaches out and he makes the catch. Eugenio Suarez now up the bat, 1-2 pitch, another nasty, filthy fastball from Scherzer for strikeout number 6. So we got ourselves a really good pitching battle going on so far. Nelson Claudio facing the superstar Bryce Harper. The 0-2 pitch, swings, hits it to first. Votto plays it on a tough hop, but he throws it over to Claudio, who covered for first for out number 1. Rendon up the bat, the 1-0 pitch, swings, hits a grounder to third. Suarez, easy glove and throw. Out number 2. Trey Turner, the 0-0 pitch, Claudio lets it go, and it seems that Trey Turner flies out to left field. So that is Nelson Claudio's 43rd pitch so far, and Scherzer is already at 60. So Claudio is on actually better pace than Scherzer, even though he hasn't really struck out as many or seemed quite as dominant, but still very good. So Joey Votto up the bat now. The full count, Votto being Votto, draws another walk, 0 average, and I believe that puts him at 2,000. No, still 1,000 on base percentage, or 1.0. So Joey Votto may have lost a bit of home run power in avoiding Ks, contact, speed, and defense, but my god if this man still doesn't have great eyes. So his on-base percentage to average ratio is going to be pretty hilarious, guys. I'm going to be happy to track it. So Ender Inciarte is now up the bat. He hits the first pitch, the 0-0 pitch. He swings, hits it in the right field, gets a base hit, but we are not going to be sending Votto to round the bag. We're going to actually keep them on first and second with no outs for Zach Cozart, who I'm actually going to manually bunt. So here's ball 1. He bunts it up to the pitcher. Scherzer throws it to first, gets the first out, but it was a good bunt by Cozart because he moved the runner. So it's runners on second and third now with one out for Nori Aoki. See if he can do anything here. The 0-0 pitch. They walked Aoki. So we're actually going to go for the squeeze bunt here because I really don't want Claudio to ground out. Even if they get the force play at home plate, it would still only leave 2 outs rather than the doubling them up. So I'm going to go for the squeeze bunt here. The squeeze play is on. Scherzer fields it, throws it to home, and Votto actually legged it out and scored. So now we still have the bases loaded with 1 out, and Billy Hamilton's up the bat. The 2-2 pitch, Hamilton, strike 3. Ouch. Strikeout number 2 on the day. So Tony Renda's up the bat, bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch, he swings, but sadly grounds it over to the shortstop, Trey Turner, who fielder's choice over to the second baseman. So Nelson Claudio is facing Ryan Zimmerman now. The 7, 8, and 9 guys. Full count. He worked the count, but he hits it to center field straight at Hamilton, who puts it away very easily. The 1-2 pitch to Zunino. Sit down and grab some pine, meat. Strikeout number 4 on the day for Nelson Claudio. 5.2 innings pitched, only allowed 1 hit, no walks, 55 pitches, going strong. The 1-2 pitch to Max Scherzer, and he strikes him out for strikeout number 5 on only 4 pitches, so he's still at 59 pitches on the day. He might have a complete game shutout right here. A 1-hitter. Let's see if he can keep it up. Barnhart up the bat. Takes the 0-1 pitch, swings, and it squeezes through first and second. So he has a single into right field. And Eugenio Suarez, our big man, is up to the plate. 1-1 pitch. He swings and hits a liner to second base, but they weren't able to turn the double play. Apparently, Suarez showing a little bit of hustle. He's not the fastest guy on the team, but he didn't want to make up, or he wanted to make up for that mistake. So Suarez on base now for Joey Votto, who is 2-2, who actually ends up striking out. So now Ender Inciarte's up the bat with 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch, swings, hits a grounder over to third base. Easy play, out number 3. So now we're at the top of the 7th, Washington batting, still 1-0 for Cincinnati. Nelson Claudio is going to face the top of the order now with Eduardo Nunez leading off. 2-2 pitch. Strike number 3. Cut on and missed. Sit down. Daniel Murphy. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 with the fastball. Strikeout number 7. Nelson Claudio heard me, and he is stepping it up. He's putting the gas. There are no brakes on this train. 1-2 pitch to Taylor. Strike 3. Nelson Claudio retires the side with 3 consecutive strikeouts, putting him at 8 strikeouts over 7 innings pitched with only 73 pitches. I think he's going for it. So they have brought in Jared Hughes to replace Scherzer. I don't know why. Maybe his pitch count was getting high. I believe it was. Let me double check because that seems a little bit rare. So Max Scherzer was at 98, which yeah, is pretty high, but I think I would have kept them at least another out or 2. But that's their decision to make. Zach Cozart faces the new pitcher Hughes. The 3-1. Oh, he made the stat. Oh, okay. I was very confused. The 3-1 pitch, he swings and hits a liner over to Trey Turner. I thought it was a ground ball, so I got a little confused where the hell Cozart just disappeared to. Thought he was Houdini. 1-1 pitch to Nori Aoki, who swings, gives it a decent rip in the center field, but Taylor makes the routine out. Nelson Claudio, he's up the bat. Come on, buddy. Show us what you got. The 1-1 pitch, he swings, hits a tapper, and it gets fielded by their catcher, Zunino, who throws it over the first and gets him out. Apparently a remarkable play by Zunino. Claudio almost beat it out. So Nelson Claudio facing Bryce Harper yet again, who is actually 0 for 2 on the day. 3-1 pitch, and he draws a walk. Nelson Claudio's first walk on the day, and it's to apparently Rafael Batista has come in the game. So I believe we need to throw to first and show him we don't back down. One more throw to first. All right. Let's go for the at-bat. And Easy double play. I couldn't follow up on that, I'm sorry. But he hits it on the hole to the left-hand side, but apparently Suarez made a pretty good throw. And grab. Renda with a quick pivot, and he doubled them up. So now it's Trey Turner up the bat. The 2-1 pitch, Trey Turner hits it over into the left field side where Aoki makes the very easy catch. So Nelson Claudio gets out of that almost jam with 86 pitches still. So he's going to finish this game out at under 100 if he keeps this up. Billy Hamilton up the bat, 1-1 pitch, he swings, he hits it over to the third base side. They pick it up, throw the first, and barely half a step got him out. Tony Renda now up the bat, the full count pitch, and he grounds out to second base. Bucker Tarnhart, our new catcher apparently, 1-2 pitch, hits it over to first baseman who flips it over to their pitcher, pitcher to make the catch. I swear I always record when I have a cold. I don't know why. So Nelson Claudio, here it is, protecting his one-hitter complete game shutout. Pitching to Ryan Zimmerman, 2-2 count, swung on and missed, sit down, 9th strikeout. Mike Zunino is now up the bat. The 3-2 pitch, strike him out again for strikeout number 10. Nelson Claudio is an animal. This man's career is going to be great. We're so lucky to have him. So he's at 96 pitches. Brian Goodwin is the pinch hitter. Let's see what he can do against Claudio. The 3-1 pitch, and he actually drew a walk. So Brian Goodwin is the tying runner right now for Breivik Valera, who is a pinch hitter. The 0-0 pitch, he swings, hits it over to left field, but it didn't fall. Out number 3. That's the ball game. Cincinnati wins it, 1-0. Nelson Claudio, with the one-hit shutout, struck out 10 with only 2 walks. Incredible first game for Cincinnati. Incredible game for our boy. Let's look at that. Oh, we can't look, but I guess we can look here. 102 pitches, not bad at all. And of course, player of the game. Who else? Claudio. And now this is stuck on the screen. So we actually didn't really get that many hits. We only got 2 hits in that game from Barnhart and Inciarte. Very interesting. Couple of Ks too. Scherzer was really laying into us. RBI from Nelson Claudio. Very nice on him. And I can't see the walks here, but I don't know how many people walked. I guess Scherzer gave up 3 walks. Yep. Oh well, I can't see it. So that's the first game. Putting up zeros, apparently bronze achievement. What's that? Oh yeah, it's probably the... Yeah, I get it. Alright, well, that was pretty much it, guys. Thank you, or guys and gals. There's got to be someone watching out there. It's a woman. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. That was all the updates for now. That was our opening game of the season. And next time you see me, I promise this time, that will be quite a few months ahead. I believe 2 to 3 months, not 100% sure how much I'm going to sim, but you'll see us quite a few months ahead. You'll see generally how our season's going. Let's hope better than the last. Got some promising guys on our team, pretty good batters. Our pitching staff is a little bit better now, so I'm really excited. See you next time, guys and girls. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.